This will be post number 666. I need to post right away quickly so I don't stay on that number very long. What in music is a piece that has these devilish tricks? Yeah, so I am going to work on this a little bit and see what I can do. Hey everybody, so I was about to do my next Instagram post and I was going to do it yesterday, and I looked at the number. I had a plan on a piece and I was like, okay, I'm ready to do this. And I looked at the number and I realized that this post is a very special post. It's a very special post because the number is a not so great number. So, and that number is 666. And when I think of 666, the first thing I actually think of is a medicine, a cold medicine called 3 6s. A cold medicine that I had to take when I was a child, and it was terrible. It was terrible, it was gross, it was disgusting, so that's terrifying enough. But then there's also the whole devilish aspect, and so that got me thinking, like, well, what in music is a piece that has these devilish tricks? And I mean, of course, there's the easy way out was to pick something from Symphonie Fantastique, because that's witches and crazy delusions and yeah, just crazy stuff. So I thought, you know what, that's just too obvious. Let me find something a little bit more fun. And I thought about a piece that starts off with this interval. So this is an A natural and an E flat. And in music, that's known as the tritone. And the tritone has always been known as kind of the devil's interval. And I'm not a historian, so you can do your own Google search on this. But the tritone was basically, it was determined evil just because of the placement of the middle of the note. And how can I say? If you have like I guess it's the middle of a octave. Is that right? Is it the middle of an octave? I don't know. Yeah, again, I'm not a historian on this, but the tritone was avoided in a lot of music because it was supposed to be the sign of the devil. Well, there's a piece by Camille Saint-Saens. He, in that piece, starts, well, with a beautiful D major chord that is interrupted by a violin tuned with the E natural on the E string, tuned down to an E flat, an E flat, and then to the D. And actually the D is all just to get us the dominant chord to the G minor, which this piece is actually in. So I was like, I think this could actually work. So I pulled up Danse Macabre by Camille Saint-Saens, and I was like, this might actually work because I could play the tritone here, and then I said to get those notes to speak. That's kind of hard, but you might recognize it. So I was like, let me give this a shot. So I've got some stuff to learn. I looked at it a little bit last night, so I'm not starting from scratch, but there are a few little licks. So it starts off with that kind of crass, open, or this tritone. And Danse Macabre, for the record, is known as the death of dance. I did look this up. Death of dance in the Middle Ages. And what Saint-Saëns did is he brought it to music, and he started it with this devil's tritone. So he made it the dance of death a little bit even darker by starting it with this evil kind of thought in the music. So this will be post number 666. I need to post right away quickly so I don't stay on that number very long. For those who are superstitious out there. Yeah, so I am going to work on this a little bit and see what I can do. It's hard to get that in tune. sounds like it tends to go sharp. I'm playing against the harmonic, and the harmonic, which rings, is actually really hard to hear the intonation right under the ear. If it sounds like that, it keeps getting flatter and flatter. But I'm trying not to move anything. That's the other thing about playing harmonic, particularly up high. They may not actually grab the string completely, in which case it changes the pitch ever so slightly and makes intonation a pain. I mean, I'm tempted to go. Then within the end is harder. So I might have to listen to myself in a playback and see if I like the way this sounds. Because I know out the gate it sounds a little cleaner. Maybe, we'll see. I'll work on that. Piano. So all the other long notes have tenutos, and then the C has it looks like a caret. So I think it's supposed to be long, and actually there's no indication on that note, so I can release that, and then I think it's the end of the phrase, and then that makes sense. No. Tenuto, caret, and I'm going to probably skip down to this melody, but I'll get to that in a second. And I think at one point last night I was thinking about doing this hooked bowing. Not hooked, double ups. My apologies, double ups bowing. So I realize is actually, as I play it faster, the double up becomes more confusing, in which case if I can reduce the thing my brain has to think about, the number of things my brain has to think about, doing it as it comes make it easier, even if the bowing ends up being backwards from normal. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So this is as it comes. I don't know, let me do it with the up-ups so it's clear. So this with the up-ups. So this is always on the down bow, then up. Alright. So it makes it also, all the chord notes end up on a down bow, which makes sense. I mean, because it just gives us something to like latch on to, makes us feel very comfortable. I'll try that again. So all these two ups after the slurs and after the quarter notes. Up, up, down, up, up. It's hard to do this talk and play at the same time. I'll try it again. And up. Up, up, down, up, up. Up, up, up. Up, up. Up, up. Up, up. Down. And then this is because that is not a long note. So that makes sense to do that, particularly at a slower tempo. But when it gets faster, the up-ups were for me more confusing and harder to do. So it's actually, for me, I'm going to do it as it comes, and you'll see now I'll be doing reverse bowing on the quarter notes. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and now I'll retake that. For me, that's easier as it gets faster. So speaking of getting it faster, let's try this. I'm at 100, I'm gonna try 120. I feel like this might be. that feels pretty good. Now, as it gets faster, this is a little bit of a tongue twister. You might be thinking, why am I doing, there's a lot of shifting, and it is hard. I guess in the spirit of Danse Macabre or Dance of Death, this is where you pick your poison. Because you could do these big shifts. Sorry. This is not so bad, but here, this is much harder. And that gets much harder when it's faster. So I could looking at options. I could do one of my what I see a lot of my colleagues and that's become more popular, these thumb fingerings. And there's a potential for that, because if I were to play thumb on the G natural, so this is thumb in a low position, and then 2 on the B flat, I could go. No, let's do it again. And so now I've got the thumb, and instead of the 2-1, I have 3 for the C natural, and then C natural, B flat, A flat. No, where am I? So I could totally do that. Try that again. So 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. Because I want that to be, and then, so that's a big relief for the left hand because I don't have to shift as much. The thing, I'm probably not going to go that direction because for me it sounds a little tubby. And this is where we have to make decisions about playing sometimes some easier things on the D string versus keeping the brilliance of even the open string here, which actually works. This is a brilliance in that, so it doesn't sound like it's muffled, particularly on the double bass. So that's something I think about when making decisions. So I'll probably keep this on the G string for comfort. Decide on fingering there. So it's not really a fingering, it's actually a little bit of a tongue twister or finger bender twister. So I will just have to keep practicing that. Let's take this up a little bit more. That's 120. I'm going a little bit more than I would normally because I practiced this yesterday. And let's see, this is 140. So I think that's incorrect. It's just a whole a dotted half note. So then it's bowing, but that's the spirit. And that feels good. And I see I'm kind of further out on the stick. So I want because it's light and delicate, I am going to allow the bow to do a lot of the work. I'm not going to manipulate this. So I am actually, it's a spiccato stroke. I'm actually being free on a lot of the eighth notes with the dots. So. Right at the frog, it doesn't have the this freshness. There's a freeness in that sound versus because I have to manipulate it. It's like being manhandled versus. Good. Let's do this a little faster. I'm doing 160. This is a tongue twister, finger twister. Let's try it again. Good, that's it. Let's do 180. Again, I looked at this yesterday, so I'm doing this. It's a little bit more than my fingers. But I still made it work at the end. Good, and I love that nimble, and it's only in piano, so it should be very devilish, very scared soundish, and have this kind of fun, mischievous color. That's getting close to tempo. Let's try 200. Now, the mood. This might be a little on the fast side. Dee, da, dee, dee, dee. Saint-Saëns himself writes a moderate. It's a basically it looks like moderate waltz. So it's not supposed to be like something out of like not quite like a bat out of Hades, but maybe more of a party. Let's try this. So, and now you can see at this faster tempo, some of those shifts become much more difficult. No, it's which I just imagine Saint-Saëns is really good at writing stuff like this. Now, I don't know if it's 1,000% in the style of traditional French music, but if you put this in the hands of an orchestra like Philadelphia Orchestra, we're gonna milk the mess out of it. So, a tune like this. I'm sure the violins are playing up on their G string, high with beautiful rich tone. And I actually had fun coming with that fingering yesterday because I was trying to figure out. I definitely didn't want to do that. I was like, maybe I could. And then I have this shift, which I also want to avoid. So I like to keep things as close to position as possible. So I play it, and I can play the rest. Don't go down on the G string. So I stay in position. So and then I just go back to the F sharp here. That's the position. And then that's another position. First, I have to do this big pivot. I think that's really close. That's how. I mean, if you're gonna go all the way, go all the way. Again, without playing sharp. And the reason I'm not playing like going too much work, and it's just an Instagram video. It may be a fun little color. I might try it one day, but I'm gonna see if I'm gonna listen back to myself. I always say it because I always like to hear how I sound, and we'll see if I can make a recording. Okay, so I listened to myself and I did a little bit of research. So a few things. The whole 666 thing came from some Roman emperor. Y'all, this is the Cliff Notes version. Some Roman emperor, and when you did his name in some numeric thing in Hebrew, it came out to 666. And apparently he was like a bad emperor. And I think that's where the kind of the evil one, or the beast, sign of the beast, that's where that kind of concept came from. Again, this is a very abbreviated version. And in music, it was identified that, and it was correct, when you take the octave and divide it evenly, it is that F sharp. So if you have two C's, C here, and the F sharp, it's 6 half steps up to the F sharp and 6 half steps up to the next C, which technically makes it 6, then that hex, some kind of hexagon or hex, they were talking, whatever. But that's what creates the 6 and the 3 6s, and that makes it the tritone, the evil interval. So for the tritone, this is middle C, this is your next C, and then if you go up by half step, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's your 6, and then you go up another 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there you have the tritone, which is something you don't hear very often in medieval music for the evil qualities this chord was thought to possess. And now, after listening to myself, I'm definitely going to do it here. I think it sounds a lot better, a lot cleaner. So I'll do that. And when I get to, I might try to have a little more fun on the long notes. So I can have, because if it doesn't sound as delicious or exciting. So. I gotta get that straight, and I will work on that. And then this, I can't rush and just enjoy myself. And just really enjoy myself. And I'll probably end with a big accent because it's the end of the Instagram video. And there you have it. Let's see what this is going to sound like.